Today's guest, Ron Korber, is co-founder and CEO at BreezoMeter, however you want to pronounce it, the leading air quality analytic company, and it's one of Israel's top startups, and has almost 100 million daily users through their customers, which include companies like Dyson, L'Oreal, Bosch, Unilever, and many, many more. You can check it out at BreezoMeter, METER.com. And Ron, thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much.
You know, you were saying before we got, we'll talk about, what's going on in the world, and there's always something going on in the world right now. There's fires in California, there's, COVID is going on as we're talking, and always a need for air quality. It's like one of those things, you take it for granted until you don't have it, like actually breathing air. Right. And so I'll talk about what the company did, how you founded it, but you mentioned, Jeremy, I may be coughing because I came down, my family and I had COVID. And just talk briefly, because it kind of transitions into why air is so important and causing respiratory issues, and kind of stems from why you started this company in the first place. And you're actually at risk because of some of the predispositions you have. So what was your experience with COVID?
Yeah, so we were infected. My wife was infected from one of her colleagues at work, and until we found out about him being sick, the entire family was sick. So first of all, luckily for us, my two kids didn't have any symptoms. So thanks God for that. My wife had very light symptoms. Like, she basically had 3 days of only fevers. She was tired a little bit, but after 3 days, she was fine. And I, on the other hand, I had severe symptoms. That means that I was sick for almost 10 days. It was very hard for me to breathe. I literally couldn't breathe like I usually breathe. At some point, the oxygen level was very low and was kind of risk my life. After 3 days, and I have to say this is the worst disease I ever had. I am a healthy man. I don't think I ever met my personal doctor. I basically am one of those people that almost never sick. So after 3 days of very severe symptoms and almost unable to breathe, can't get out of bed, my legs hurt, all my body hurt. I took some action, decided that I can't wait to go to the hospital, and my doctors didn't feel that it's severe enough to go to the hospital, because the hospitals are full all over, like in every major city, all over the world, probably because of COVID, because of the winter that is now coming. So I took action by myself. I rented the oxygen generator, and I also bought an inhalation machine and Ventolin, and I basically treated myself. So
what did that look like? What did you do? Did you have like a mask with oxygen on your?
Yeah. So I just, I checked online what can help people that are unable to breathe. We at BreezoMeter are working with leading pharmaceutical companies like AstraZeneca and ALK and ResMed. So we are very familiar with the treatment that companies provide to COPD patients and asthma patients. And based on my research, based on my experience, I approached one of the medical devices companies that manufacture oxygen generators. I rented it for $100 per month.
Wow, that's I was expecting way more than that.
Yeah, it's it's not that costly. It costs about $1,000 to acquire it, and if you want to rent it, it's about $100 per month. It's from the moment I called the salesperson to the moment the oxygen generator was at my house, it took 30 minutes.
Wow, 30 minutes.
Yeah. Those companies are used to work with hospitals and emergency units, so they have a great customers experience. And from the moment I started monitoring the oxygen level and started using the oxygen generator, this is the moment I start the healing process. One day after using the oxygen generator, I could walk, I could speak again.
Wow.
And 3 days afterwards, I was totally recovered, and that was great.
That's amazing, because, you know, what's scary is, you know, you have a background in this and you have the wherewithal to find it, and most people don't, or in that range of, well, I'm not quite ready to go to the hospital, but it's hard to breathe. So, so thanks for